Okay, welcome. If you have a couple of blocks, there'll be some options throughout the class to use blocks. If not any height, a couple of larger books might even do the trick. Okay, step to the top of your mat and lift and spread your toes. And with a firm connection down through the four corners of your feet, so your inner and outer heel, big and baby toe mound. Lift up through the center of your chest and place your toes back down on your mat. And then take your next in-breath to sweep your arms forward and up. On your exhalation, fold forward, softening your knees as you descend as much as needed. Breathe in to lift up halfway and extend forward through the top of your head. Place your hands and step your right foot back. High lunge on your next in-breath. Breathe in, sweep your arms up. 3 breaths. Settle into your lunge. Pull your left foot back while you draw your right thigh bone forward. And with the stability of your pelvis, lift up to the center of your chest. And perhaps even move gently into a back bend. Take one more breath. And when you breathe out, bring your hands down. Lift your hips higher than your left knee. Step back, downward facing dog. And you may want to pedal your heels here. Now the next time you breathe in, come forward to plank pose. And lower on your exhalation, either half or all the way down. Come into your back bend on your breath in. Push down through the tops of your feet. Draw up through your low belly. Downward facing dog. Now in down dog, lift your left leg. And step your foot forward for warrior one. Place your foot by your left wrist and your right foot angled about 30 degrees or so. Pointing your toes towards the top right corner of your mat. Now sweep your arms up and turn your palms towards the back wall. Pull your upper arms deeper into the socket and try to move your shoulders, even your upper arms even further back. And notice if you're putting a little more pressure through your right big toe mound and inner heel, and try to push down through your outer heel and baby toe. Final breath in here. And then on your exhalation, sweep your arms past your hips, lift your back heel. Bend both knees, interlace your fingers behind your back and push your knuckles towards your right heel while you lift up through your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now stay low and shift your weight forward, hands forward to blocks or the ground. Lift your right leg, standing splits. And lift from your inner thigh so your toes stay turned down. And if you notice your left toes are really digging into your mat, bring some weight back into your heel. One more breath here. And then bend your right leg, knee. Step your foot by your left one, fold forward. Inhale, sweep your arms up, full stretch at the top. And when your palms meet, bring your hands through the midline of your body and by your hips. Take a full breath here. And the next time your breath in rolls around, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Step your left foot back. Once again, set your foundation. Find strength in your legs and breathe in to lift your arms up. High lunge. And here, 3 breaths. And on every inhalation, try to lift your chest a little higher. Perhaps again, moving your shoulders a little further back. Allow your breath to just guide you into these shapes. And a final breath in the pose. Then on your exhalation, lower your hands, lift your hips. Step back, downward facing dog. You may once again want to pedal a little bit here. And then just a moment of stillness. Take your exhalation and then breathe in to come forward to plank pose. Breathe out, lower your chest half or all the way, come onto the tops of your feet. On your in-breath, come to your back. Push into the tops of your feet. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Now Now in down dog, lift your right leg. Step your foot forward to your wrist. Warrior one, place your left foot angled about 40 or 30 degrees. Rise, warrior one. Lift your arms. And then turn your palms to face the back wall. And then draw the bottom tips of your shoulder blades downwards. Create a little more space on either side of your neck. Finish your breath in, and on your breath out, start to sweep your arms past your hips, lift your back heel so your left toes point forward. Interlace your fingers, different pinky finger on top, and bend both knees, your left knee is very close to the ground. Push your knuckles towards your left heel, lift up through your chest. Stay low, part your hands, place them ahead of your right toes. Again, could be the blocks, lift your left leg. And as you lift your left leg, tension will build in the back of your right leg. Try to build just enough tension or as much tension as you can without having your left hip lift up. Breath in, find another little more lift here through your inner left thigh, and when you breathe out, place your left foot by your right. Bend both knees, soften into a forward fold. And on your next breath in, sweep your arms all the way up, full stretch. Bring your palms together and your hands by your hips, mountain. Place your weight over into your left leg, lift your right knee. Lift your right knee as high as you can, even take your right hand to your shin, pull it just a little higher. Bring your hands to your heart, flex your right toes as well. Now you're welcome to keep the position of your arms as it is. You can also extend your arms out laterally, or very challengingly, bring your biceps by your ears and move to warrior three. And here, once again, blocks can be very supportive. If you find there's kind of a round in your back, you can always support the length of your spine by placing your hands on blocks, similar to standing splits, which we were in not too long ago. Now continue to tilt down towards the ground. Place your hands, reach your right toes back, land them. And then move your left foot a little wider and place your right knee to the ground softly. Keep your right hand, for some of you that are very flexible, you can place your right forearm to the ground. Open your chest towards your left thigh and place your left hand on your inner knee. If you are moving to the outer edge of your foot, just ensure you have a little flexion in your toes there. And push your knee a little wider and bend your right knee now. And that might be enough tension in the front of your pelvis and thigh on the right side. Lift up through your chest to increase the tension just a little more. But if you'd like to deepen even more, reach back with your left hand to grab hold of your right foot. Now roll your left inner shoulder blade closer to the midline of your back. And draw your right shoulder, if it's right close to your lower jaw or your jaw on the right side, draw your right shoulder back as well. Now release your foot, toes tucked. Move your left hand to the inside of your foot. Walk your hands now down the long right edge of your mat and adjust your feet so you're in a wide-legged forward fold. Breathe in to find length here. Extend forward through the top of your head. And then keep the length and place your left hand just in the midline of your chest. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. And next time you breathe out, lower your right hand. Bring a little more weight into your hands so you can lift your heels, turn them in, and then put Put your heels back to your mat and walk your hands back towards the midline of your feet for goddess pose. Push firmly through the outer edges of your feet. Now place your right hand on your right hip. Extend your left arm forward. Start to straighten out your legs and turn your left heel, your left toes so they point forward. Bend your left knee, reach ahead of your toes. Could be the blocks, even slightly to the outside of your toes. Half moon pose. Now while you're looking in the direction of your left toes or down, notice if they're pointing forward towards the front edge of your mat. If they're not, readjust so they are and keep pulling your left hip back. And only lift your right hip as much as you can without having your left hip draw forward. Or putting it another way, internally rotating your left thigh. Your right hand can stay on your hip, or you can extend up towards the ceiling and turn your gaze towards the side wall, that, or up towards your right hand. Now look to the ground, place your hand. Reach your right toes back, allow your hands to slide back and frame your left foot. Three-legged dog, breathe in. And then pull on your exhalation, your thigh bone in. Shift your shoulders forward, spin to the inner arch of your right foot. And then send your left foot over to that side, landing to the outer edge of your foot. Again, strong flexion through your toes. Lift your right arm. Turn your palm forward towards the front of the room. Bring your bicep by your ear. And look to the ground. Allow your hips to settle. Place your right hand, step back, plank pose. Move your right hand to the middle of your mat. You can lower your right knee for side plank. Roll to the edges of your feet. Feet can either be stacked or staggered. Lift your left arm. Once again, turn palm towards the front of the room, bicep by your ear. Look towards the ground, place your left hand. Plank pose. Breathe in here. Exhale to lower. Again, the option back bending is yours. Up dog or cobra. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward to the top of your mat, and either hop or walk your feet into that space. Half lift when you arrive. Exhale and fold. Breathe in, rise all the way up to stand. And mountain pose. Take a few breaths in mountain pose. Notice the temperature of your skin, the beat of your heart. Now shift your weight over into your right leg, lift your left knee. Once again, take your hand to your left shin, pull it up just a little higher, flex your toes. Bring your hands together in front of you. Now, if you did change the position of your arms for the transition to Warrior 3, move to that same variation. And then start to move your chest forward. Extend back through your left leg. Warrior 3. And the final option that I had offered was to place your hands down onto your blocks. Bend your right knee, place your hands to the ground, reach your toes back. Move your right foot a little wider and place your left knee to the ground. And start to open your chest towards your right thigh. Place your right hand on your inner thigh and flex your toes. And bend your left knee. Start to lift up through the center of your chest. Roll your right shoulder back. If you did it on the last side, it's safe for you to do it on this side. Reach back to grab hold of your right foot. And notice if you've had to shift your hips back to get your foot, try to shift your hips forward and then lift up through the center of your chest and keep your hips forward by the pull of your right foot. And final breath in and release your foot. Lower your hand to the inside of your right foot. Walk your hands down the left side of your mat. Once again, wide-legged forward fold. We'll add a twist. So extend forward through the top of your head, push back through your seat. Take your right hand just beneath the midline of your chest. Lift your left arm up. Lower your left hand. Bring lift into your fingers, lift your heels, and turn them inwards. Walk your hands back towards the midline of your feet. And bring a little more weight into your heels. Get light underneath your hands. Goddess pose. If you really feel back bendy in this pose, just gently draw in through your low belly so you feel the bottom tip of your tailbone gently curve downwards. Now place your left hand on your hip. Start to straighten out your legs. Turn your right toes forward and bend your right knee. Place your hand ahead of your right toes and slightly to the outside. You might find a little more stability with that hand placement. Lift your left leg. Once again, a quick peek to notice that your right toes are pointing towards the front edge of your mat, or making an adjustment to ensure they are. And then pull your right hip back. Start to lift up through your left hip. Open your chest to that side and reach your left arm up. Look to the ground, place your left hand, reach your left toes back, push away from the ground, lift your right leg, three-legged dog. And then exhale to pull your right thigh into your belly, spin to the inner arch of your left foot, and then send your right foot over to the left. Be strong with your legs, lift your left arm. Turn your palm forward. Again, lower your bicep by your heel. Allow your hips to get a little lower towards the ground. Place your left hand, step your right foot back, and then move your left hand back to the middle of your mat, or to the middle of your mat, and roll to the edges of your feet. There was an option to lower your knee here. Turn your palm forward, bicep by your ear. And look to the ground. Place your right hand. Take a breath in plank pose. Exhale to lower. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, down dog. And then lower your knees. And come to your seat. Sweep your feet around. And walk your feet a little closer to your bum, stay about a right angle. So thighs and shins form a right angle, and then your thighs and your torso form another one. You're invited to certainly keep your hands on your thighs, or walk your feet a little further back. Stay toned or strong through your low belly to support your back. Lift your feet. Your hands off your thighs, pull your shoulders back so your chest opens. And just ensure your boat isn't sinking. Looks like this. Oh, don't do that. It's not good. Lower your heels. Slowly lower your chin towards the notch between your collarbones, then lower your torso all the way to the ground with your palms turned up. Take a big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now bend your knees so your feet come a little closer to your bum. Lift your bum and place it on the left side of your mat and cross your left leg over top of your right leg. And twist towards the right side of your mat. Your arms can stay extended out at shoulder height, or you can lower your right hand onto your outer left thigh. Now, option here to keep your gaze upwards or towards your left hand. Up towards the ceiling, and here you can unwrap your left leg from your right. You might make the transition coming out of the twist just a little bit more useful. Shift your bum to the middle of your mat and bring both knees up into your chest. You can keep your shoulders grounded, or you can lift your nose up towards your knees. Now lower your feet. Slide your bum a few inches to the right, cross your right thigh over top of your left one, and twist towards the left side of your mat. See, little adjustments here. If you press the back of your head in your mat, you can probably find a little space underneath your left shoulder. Just going to inch it over towards the left edge of your mat a little more. And along with that, your chest will open and your right shoulder likely will come down to your mat a little closer. And your gaze, again, either up towards the ceiling or turn to look towards your right hand. Up towards the ceiling, unwrap your legs. Shift back to the middle of your mat. Bring your knees into your chest. Once again, final hug in. And then release to Shavasana. Extend your legs forward. If there's any props that you like to use in Shavasana, so bolsters or blocks, just take the time to place them for Shavasana. Once you're in the shape that you intend to hold, breathe in through your nose. Hold your breath briefly at the top, and then open your mouth and let it all go. Just allow your body to soften into your mat, almost like your body's sinking into your mat, and the mat is kind of wrapping just subtly up around the edges of your body. Spend more time in Shavasana if you can. Take your next in-breath, reach back through your arms, push forward through your toes. And when you exhale, once again, open your mouth and soften your body. And then roll over onto your side. Let's take a breath or two in the fetal position. Push yourself up to a seat. palms together. Thank you for practicing, for taking the time, but even over and above the time, the attention, the intention with which you practice. Thank you. Namaste.